Alright, picking up again. Just wanna... Yeah, if you're wondering why I'm doing all this sanding, showing it all, it's mainly because I feel that, just personal opinion, that it's better to show you every step than to potentially leave you in the dark and skip a step. Again, one surefire way to tell if you've sanded enough is to look at the pour stuff, because typically it'll be a different color than the surrounding plastic, or at the very least it'll be like a lighter shade. Okay, move that. So yeah, be careful of spilling glue, as once it's spilled, it's no fun. Okay. Again, trying to do this as quickly as possible to just keep things moving. Yeah. Again, Band-Aid does make a very nice kit. They typically don't need too much touching up or work as compared to some kits I've had to work with. An SR-71 kit I've got sort of on infinite hiatus, or temporary hiatus actually. Has some really horrendous gaps in it, and just I've had to use so much putty and such to fill these gaps that I'm actually, reasons on hiatus is because I need to actually get out the Dremel, as it's going to take forever to hand sand. Don't plan to show that just because, as I don't see the need to show that. Alright. Just got these feet just about totally sanded. Just gonna give them a quick one over with get them smooth. Again, typically, only if you want stuff really smooth, or depending on what type of finish you're going, you typically won't need to really go past 600 grit. I typically 800 tops, probably, if you want something really smooth. Alright. But yeah, definitely judge your sandpaper based on what you're doing, as otherwise it's just a waste of time and effort, and yeah. Now, again, definitely you want to keep bending your sandpaper just to try and keep it somewhat fresh. Now, one thing you do definitely want to be careful of is rounded areas, as you can see, flat sandpaper will eventually, if you're not careful, flatten it out, and you'll lose that curved surface. So just an area to watch out for and be careful of is when you're working on rounded edges. One thing you may want to consider getting is a sanding sponge. Around where I live, I've unfortunately only been able to find the sponges in the 100, the very low grit, coarse kinds, but I do know that there are sanding sponges of finer grits, but they're definitely worth the investment. Alright. As they do make getting curved surfaces done a lot easier. And as I said, I've got some, but for this application they're a little too high, I think. I mainly use them when I'm working with resin, since resin you're typically going to be using higher grits, just because the material's a tougher material to work through. Yeah. Another thing to watch out for when you're getting rid of poor stubs is to make sure you don't accidentally cut off a detail part that you shouldn't cut off, as it's sometimes easy to do that, as some details do look like poor stubs. In fact, I think on one of the first kits I did, I accidentally trimmed off the little door grip things on my Ale Strike Gundam knife pocket things. Wasn't too much of a big deal, but still a little thing to watch out for. Okay, that's just about got these sanded, so let's stick these together and first real part. Alright, and there we go, got the feet done. Yeah, some people like to build feet up, some like to do starts in different parts, but I like to typically follow the instructions and do it that way, just because that's how I like doing it. I don't know. There's no right or wrong way. It's just a way to build. I don't think I'm going to need to do too much on these since the poor stubs are through. I'm just going to give them, in fact, I think I'm just going to give them a quick one over just to take out any roughness. Alright, okay. Do need to add a polycap. And let's see how I'm doing the time. I have a little bit more. I think I'll just stop it after I get these polycaps off. And then I guess we're going to, not sure which part we're going to, but definitely going to be going to another part. Alright.